Hello again, everybody. Andy from 45 North Farm. Coming at you today, not from the farm or the homestead, but from my garage downstate Michigan. What I want to go over today is talk about one of the projects I've been working on this winter, one of many actually. Winter's a good time for me to sit down and think about everything I want to accomplish in the following year, come up with some plans, and actually start some builds as well. That way, once spring rolls around, then I can just get out there to the farm and homestead and start working on things. So it saves a lot of time and I can enjoy them a lot more. So one of the projects that we have is a solar water heater. Now I know I haven't done a video yet of my shower system and sink system that I have off grid. And really I'll just kind of give you a quick overview of that. What it is, it's a large lean-to that I collect rainwater off of, and it's stored in six, right around 63 gallon pickle barrel tanks, where I have a solar power system that has an RV pump that basically supplies rainwater so I can take a shower and actually wash some dishes as well. So previous to that, if I got nasty, I'd have to take like a 5-gallon bucket and try to take a shower with that. It wasn't very fun. Or if I was more adventurous, I'd go over to the river and take one there, but it is super cold. So one of the things is too, now that I'm dealing with, is the shower works great. That whole system's awesome, and I can't wait to do a video to walk you through the entire system because it's something else. But what I've noticed is trying to take a shower in the spring or fall without heated water of any type, you just have to go with the ambient air temperature of that water. It's a little chilly, and not the end of the world, but if there's a will, there's a way, and keeping it off grid, without consuming a lot of energy and stuff's the way to go. So fortunately, I scoured YouTube this fall and was able to find a gentleman on there that had made one that completely worked for what I was looking for. It's solar powered, so I don't have to, burn gas or wood or anything like that to get some heated water. And so really just a passive system that I can utilize to have some warm water, which I think is going to make all the difference in the world. So we'll talk about it here a little bit more. I have pretty much everything's built. I have to paint it a little bit more. Actually a little bit more, a lot bit more. I haven't even painted it at all, but I got to paint it flat black on the inside. But I'll walk you guys through it and show you what's going on with this. All right, so here we have the not quite finished. I'd say we're probably about 85 to 90% complete. Water heater, solar water heater. So really, in theory, what's going to happen is you can see there is a plexiglass cover over this. This is about 34 by 34. And what we did is we took pieces of PEX and we coiled them up and put them in there. So in essence, once that's all painted black on the inside, it's going to take the sun's rays, heat that water in there, and be used as warm to hot water when I'm taking my showers up there at the homestead. So hopefully knock off some of the chill that comes through there and just makes a nicer shower instead of currently I have what's in place. I have the water tanks with the ambient air temperature. So if it drops down at night, down to 40, 35, 40 degrees, it's a chilly shower the next day because it really doesn't warm up in time. Even though those barrels, and then you'll see this in a later video too, they're black, they'll absorb the sun as well, but the problem is they're not really exposed to the sun, so they don't heat up very much. But here we have 34 by 34, just looking at the outside, we took 2x4s, and want to give credit where credit's due before we go much further. So, I know I needed a solution for this issue that I was having, and YouTube's a great place. So I came across Desert Sun 02, once again, Desert Sun 02 on YouTube, and he had a video, and so basically this is his idea, and I just modified it to my needs. So YouTube's a great resource for these. I love spending time on there and see what everybody's coming up with, and you can take ideas and merge them together, or modify them, or just use them as is. But this is what we came up with. It's a modified version of that. So thanks to those guys for putting that video out there and helping us out. Back to this, we have 2x4 construction. This is treated because this is going on top of a roof, which I'll show you later on. And here we have where our PEX comes out to male threaded adapter here, so that's crimped down to the PEX. And then we got a PEX holder here to make sure that doesn't push back in. So what we're gonna do then is just plumb this in with CPVC once we get it up north and on top of the roof here. So same thing with the other side. We are gonna have this painted because PEX you don't want exposed to the sun. So you wanna get a coat of paint on that, otherwise it's gonna deteriorate. And so what we'll do here in a second is we'll get it set up, we'll get this cover off, and I'll walk you through to how the system's actually gonna work from the inside. And so we're gonna pop these screws real quick and show you what's going on. This is a plexiglass. All right, so we got the plexiglass cover off, and now I'll be able to show you a couple things that I did to modify it here. Like I said, Desert Sun 02, great job. Thanks again for putting that video out, giving me the idea of how I wanted to proceed with that. So here's what we did. You can see here that we have a layer of PEX, and when you're looking at this, you got the dowel, and then what we have packed in here is actually 100 foot. I guess that's right around 34 by 34, and you have 100 feet of PEX in there. So I have 2 layers, so a total of 200 feet of half-inch PEX. And that rolls in there. You're gonna have to fight with it a little bit, but it's not too bad. So this first layer under here, and I don't know if you can see it very well. Actually, you can't, but maybe if I can get a different angle on it. So that first layer there, and you can see right here, is just like this top layer. It goes all the way through, and that's held down by this dowel system. So just like this top one is holding this top layer, there's another one right here holding that bottom layer. And that bottom dowel's held in by this eye bolt right here. And so that dowel goes through, holds it down. And then what I did to modify it for my needs for the second layer here is put another eye here, which actually helped out holding this dowel from moving back and forth. So now this other dowel is in holding another 100 feet of PEX. So 200 foot total of PEX that I have in here. And I want to swing down here real quick. Here's where I made my connection with the crimper. And you can see that all the way around we have these dowels. So at 4 points, these dowels are here holding down this PEX. And additionally, what it did is it gave me surface area in between the 2 layers. That way heated air can move around, and that's going to be the concept there. Additionally, I added this piece of wood right here. So this is going up to my homestead farm up in northern Michigan, and I'm in the snow belt. So I always have to have considerations of snow loads. And one of the things I looked at and I struggled with was overall to have that plexiglass sitting here and really not a whole lot to support it. So I took a chunk of 2x6 and measured it out, kind of put it right there in the middle, to help give some support to that plexiglass pushing in once we get some snow load on there in the wintertime, because I don't plan on removing this. This is going to be a permanent fixture to my shower and sink station. Once again, you haven't seen it yet. It's going to be kind of difficult to understand, but once I get this up there, I'll have a video of installation, then it'll start to make sense. But So everything I have up there, I don't winterize per se as far as antifreeze. I have my connections there. I have a lot of unions, so I can blow air through the lines and get the water out. That way, it's just, to me, I can sleep better and not around it, so I can check on things. If there's no water in it, then I'm happier. So these fittings here, once again, those PEX fittings I have coming to CPVC, those will come up to unions, and I'll be able to blow water through it and get all the water out of this for the winter time when I'm not using it. That way I don't have to worry about expansion and separation in the lines. So pretty excited about how this is turning out, and I think it's going to be a wonderful system. I mean, I have a couple concerns, which I always do, laying in bed at night. Hey, is this going to work? Is this going to work? One of that being is that's a lot of PEX. I got two of these, one for my shower and one for my sink. So the question is going to be, is that RV pump going to have enough oomph or guts to make sure that that water flows through? And I'll cross that bridge when I get there. It's just always having to fine tune things. And the other things too is I got not overly concerned, but you always wonder, is the roof going to be able to support this extra weight with the water in it? I don't think it should be an issue. Everything should turn out fine. So just some of my considerations where I'm at with snow loads. So it should work out good. I'm going to get going painting this here in a minute, and I'll check back in with you. All right, so we got one coat of paint on it, and you can see what we're going for here now. That we want it to be black on the inside, actually the outside too, so we can absorb the sun's rays and take that energy and heat that water up in there. So pretty much kind of like a radiator, if you think about it, that it's going to take that warm water, and then hopefully, if all goes well, the plant, I'll have warm showers. I don't need hot, just warm. Warm will be good. So looking good so far. First coat of paint. I think what's going to have to happen is I'm going to have to stand it up. That way I can get a little bit better angles. Make sure I got that PEX all covered. Like I said, PEX is degradable real quick by the sun, so you got to have some sort of covering if you're going to have it exposed, not in walls. So in this type of situation, this flat black paint should work pretty good. So talk about the paint we're using real quick. We got Rust-Oleum Painter's Touch 2X. It's the Ultra Cover paint and primer. I'm using the flat black. I don't want to reflect, I want to absorb. So I'm giving this a shot. I think it's going to work pretty good. It says also bonds to plastic, so that's good for our PEX. It's good for wood, metal, plastic, and more. So we got wood and metal in there as well. So figured, we'll give it a shot. Should be a good overall paint. It has a double coverage. One can's supposed to be equal to two. I don't know about that. But so far, it's covered pretty good. I think maybe I'll use 3/4 of a can, maybe a full can per unit. So not bad. We'll get back to it here in a minute. So we're all painted up. As you can see, it's got the flat black. Still some wet spots here and there. But it's going to turn out pretty good. So our next step is going to be, I'm going to get a silicone seal to put around the edge there. And we'll get this plexiglass back on and get the outside primed and painted. That will get an exterior grade black paint for that. And we'll be ready to get this thing up north. So still a lot of snow up there at the homestead, and probably got a month, who knows, month and a half before ready to get up there. But once we do, we'll be all set. So if you got any questions, let me know, put them down in the comments. I'll get back there as far as, if there's any dimension questions or materials that I used. I know I didn't cover them very well, and I didn't have a breakout of it, but feel free to ask any questions that you have. I'll be happy to give you the answers that I have on that. And if you like what we're doing with these videos, let me know. I know it's still young. This is our second one. So, but we got a lot more coming, and I think you'll find them very interesting, especially once we can get up there and the snow's melted, and you can see what we got going on as far as the shower, our cabin, and the upcoming projects for the solar power there. And expansion of the orchard this year, and we're getting a clover field in and getting grapes. All kinds of fun stuff happening. So stay tuned with us, like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments if you like what we're doing, if you want to see something else. So you guys have a great day.